There are some crimes people remember because of what happened. And then there are others that stay with you because of what shouldn't have happened after. This is one of those. Because on the night of December 30th, 2000, in Setagaya, Tokyo, a man entered a home. Inside that home was a family of four. By morning, all four were dead. But what makes this case different isn't just the violence, it's what came after. Because the man who did it didn't run. He didn't disappear into the night. He stayed. He walked through their home. He ate their food. He used their bathroom. He rested. And at some point, he may have even laid down and slept. This case has been called many things, but one name keeps coming back: the Goldilocks Murders. Because someone entered a home that wasn't theirs, used what wasn't theirs, and stayed far longer than anyone ever should. Welcome back to the Pine Grove Briar, where the stories don't just end, they echo. This episode, we're stepping outside the mountains, but not away from that same feeling, because this case carries a silence that doesn't explain itself. Setagaya, a quiet residential area in Tokyo. Families, routine, normal life. Nothing about it suggested what was coming. The Miyazawa family lived near a small park. The father, Mikio Miyazawa. The mother, Yasuko Miyazawa. Their daughter, Niina Miyazawa. And their son, Rei Miyazawa. 4 people, a home, a normal night. Sometime during the night, the killer entered through a second-floor window. Not random, not accidental. This was someone who had looked at the house. Someone who knew how to get in. The first attack, the first victim, was Ray, the young boy. He was attacked in his room, strangled, quiet, close, personal. And from that moment on, everything changed. Mikio confronted the intruder, and there was a struggle. The killer used a long knife, a sashimi-style blade. During the attack, the blade broke, and part of it stayed lodged in Mikio. That tells you this was violent, messy, close. And instead of leaving, the killer went into the kitchen and got another knife to finish the job. He adapted, stayed calm, kept going. Now the mother and daughter, Yasuko, Niina, they were attacked next, room to room. And at that point, this house wasn't a home anymore. And then something happens that shouldn't happen. He stays for hours. He moves through the house, opens things, touches things, uses the bathroom, doesn't flush, just leaves it there like nothing matters. Now, he eats ice cream, some kind of melon, drinks tea. He sits, he rests. He even uses the family's computer to browse the internet to buy theater tickets. And at some point, he lays down to take a nap inside the home. That's not fear. That's not panic. That's something else entirely. If you spend time outdoors, you know blending in matters. Quick Camo makes 3D leafy camo that actually works. You can get 25% off your order with code PGBpromo at quickcamo.com/discount/PGBpromo. At some point during the attack, the killer injured himself, cut himself, and instead of leaving, he treats his wounds using items from inside the home. Some feminine hygiene products to bandage himself up. He stayed long enough to take care of himself. He leaves behind clothing. His fingerprints, DNA, a bag, and inside that bag was sand. Sand that did not originate in Japan. It matched material consistent with the Mojave Desert in the United States, specifically near Edwards Air Force Base. His DNA told another story, part East Asian, part possibly from a region near the Adriatic Sea, Southern Europe. That narrows things and expands them all at the same time. Investigators estimated he was young, late teens to mid-20s, average height, nothing that would stand out. Which may be exactly why he disappeared. Before we go any farther, bare knuckles gloves. Built tough, made for real work. 15% off with code PGBpromo at buybarenuknuckles.com/discount/PGBpromo. Now, every year, the Tokyo police revisit the case. They re-examine it, reopen it with 40 officers still assigned to the case. And every year, they issue a public apology for not solving it, for not identifying the man responsible. And they continue to offer a reward. 2 million yen, roughly $200,000. Year after year, the same evidence, the same questions, the same silence. My question is this: how does someone leave behind that much and not get caught? Clothes, DNA, fingerprints, foreign sand, hours inside that home, and still Nothing. People always ask me, how does someone disappear after something like this? Maybe the better question is, did he disappear? Or are we still looking in the wrong place? Another real quick one before we get to the end. Old Glory music, sports, and pop culture merch that actually means something. 15% off your order with code PGB promo. Again, that's oldglory.com/discount/PGB promo. And just a quick reminder, if you do use that code, I do earn a small commission. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Because this case, it should not be unsolved. There's too much evidence, too much presence, too much time spent inside that home. And yet, no name, no answer, no resolution. A family, a home, a quiet night, and a man who entered, changed everything, and then stayed long enough to make sure we would never understand it. This has been the Pine Grove Briar. And until next time, keep your pipe lit and your powder dry.